Hey guys, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today, we're doing a tournament review, and this one's a little late. And the reason for that is, as you could probably guess from the thing behind me, I had a few complications, and it just was kind of out of mind for a few days. Uh, but it's just a sprain, as the doctor told me. So I should probably be back on my feet. About the end of the week is what he said. So that's pretty good. I think this is my first sprain, to be honest. So, uh, so let's get into this. Uh, it was 5 rounds, and I played my Spiral Stun, and people were a little more ready for it this time, and I unfortunately did break a few times, but I did come out pretty good. I went 3-2, and I was actually ninth place because the person who was looking at scores and everything on the scoreboard, they usually don't tell you what place you're in, but I asked, did you call me for top 8? He said, no, but I think you were pretty close. And he went and checked for me, and I was actually ninth place, which was really pretty cool. So, first round, I went against 60 card Infernoid. I unfortunately bricked both games. I didn't really have an out. Uh, because before the tournament started, I took out my side deck for uh, Infernoid, which was Moon Mirror Shield, so that I can run over a lot of their big Infernoids. But unfortunately, I took it out, so yeah. Then the next one was Fluffle, and first game I drew into like 2 Mirror Forces and Spiral Tough, so I set those. Normal Tough, pass turn, and he opened God Hand, so he first went ahead and tigered away my whole field and OTK'd me, so that kind of sucked. And then game 2, I just sat on barrier statues whole game, and I didn't draw into any traps or any of my good monsters, and just horrible. Uh, and I got OTK'd from there. Next game I went against Red Eyes, and I absolutely destroyed. I sat on an Imperial Iron Wall for game 2 for the longest time, and it just wrecked him. Uh, game 1, I just went in on him. I summoned a Gaga Samurai. Oh wait, no, that was after we did it. After we finished the match, I we played for fun, and I kind of savaged him and won. I made a heroic champion Excalibur and a Gaga Samurai in one turn, and just left them on 200 life points, which was pretty funny. Next round, I went against Dino, and this was kind of a newer Dino build. It wasn't too great, but it was still pretty good, and I kind of absolutely destroyed. And in both games, the most damage he actually dealt was only 200 life points. So that was pretty funny, in some cases. Um, Next round was against another Dino deck, and uh, unfortunately for him, it kind of went out the same way. He said that he kind of bricked, but he still was able to pull off some pretty good stuff, to be honest. Like, he did a lot better than the other Dino guy. He was able to take me down to 5,200 in round 2. In the first one, he didn't even get through to me. And that's about it, but because I didn't make top, unfortunately. I came pretty close. And after that, we were waiting, so I kind of decided I'm going to play a quick, fun round with a friend there. And the funny thing was, he was playing Barrier Statue Stun. Uh, it, it, it was pretty funny because I just had Spiral Tough, and I kind of knew where his good traps were because I sniped them out with him. And I just kept sniping out his good traps because I kept calling trap and getting it right because the most of his deck was trap, and he and then I had anti spell fragrance, and when he finally drew into well, he didn't draw into it. When he finally was able to activate Twin Twisters, he targeted my anti-spell fragrance, and I chained Imperial Order, and it was kind of over from there because I was just beating him down uh, every single turn. And I had my Spiral Tough in the fence to make sure no shenanigans happened, and I was beating him down with an Ice Hand for 14. So, that was pretty funny. Uh, and that was kind of a quick game, to be honest. And the bad thing about it was that my stun deck actually went pretty well against his. Like, even if he had a barrier statue, it doesn't really matter. I can normal most of my stuff. Unless he has like a warning or a bottomless trap hole or something of the sorts, it didn't really matter. Because I don't need to go into my extract. I can beat you down with a 1900 beat stick. Which is pretty funny in most cases. So, yeah. And I believe that's all that happened. I didn't... Oh, yeah, I did get some stuff for my Inferni Zephyr. I got all 3 of my oracles, and one is actually a misprint. One, yeah, I got all 3 oracles on last weekend, and I forget which one it is. One of them, the secret rare, actually goes into the text itself, like at the bottom. I think that's probably worth something. I'm trying to find it. I gotta catch it in the light. See it. I know I saw it earlier. I think it's this one. Whatever. I know one of them is. I'm just not going to spend too much time on it. I also got got 3 of the extract guys. I got Stardust Charge Warrior, Nirvana High Paladin, and Chaffing. So that was fun. Also, last but not least, I also got Zefraxi. And most of the stuff I traded for, the only one I actually bought was one of the Oracle Zephyrs. Because they only had one left in the store, and I wanted to make sure that I got it before people were going in and getting it. So, yeah. It was a pretty successful weekend in my opinion. And since the tournament ended early, we kind of just hung out at Koi's house and dueled a little more, and we had some fun there. I kind of got targeted because I was sitting on anti-spell fragrance and like mirror forces and all the such, and just was boosting my super agent or spiral tough to unthinkable heights. It was pretty funny. I don't think I kind of got anywhere else with my other decks, like this Ghost Trick deck that I just have off on the side that I'm putting together just randomly because I have nothing better to do. Yeah, I believe that's about it. So there wasn't really much that happened that weekend. So yeah, and if you're wondering, nobody in the group that went actually topped. We had Terran with Ancient Gears. It didn't go too well because it's a little too glass cannon. If they can break your first board, then it's kind of all over. And with Koi, he was playing, I'm not sure. I think he was playing Melphos. Pretty sure he was. And everybody had like Anti-Spell Fragrance and Imperial Order. And it was just horrible for him to play Pendulums because it just was bad all around. If he was still doing these tournament reviews, I bet he'd say something about that. So yeah, I believe that's about it. So if you guys like this, then don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe for more from us at MGK Studios. With that, bye bye.